problem that affects over 95% of the world's population, according to an article published by The Lancet on June 8, 2015. It is a global issue that affects all of us, whether it be directly or indirectly through people we know. According to The Lancet, retrieved March 24, 2020, just 1 out of 20 people reported no health problems in a poll taken in 2013, and that a third of the planet's population experienced more than 5 ailments. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention reported that more than 50% of people will be diagnosed with some form of mental illness in their life, and that only half of adults get the physical activity they need to help reduce and prevent chronic diseases. I will firstly be going over the problem, which is mental and physical health issues in people. Secondly, over the cause, which is lack of companionship. And lastly, a solution that can prevent this from negatively impacting our lives. Firstly, we will discuss the problem, which is mental and physical health complications in the general population. A mental illness or disorder is a wide range of conditions that affect mood, thinking, and behavior. The following list of mental illness examples were taken from the National Alliance on Mental Illness website. The first example would be an anxiety disorder, which occurs when anxiety becomes overwhelming and repeatedly impacts a person's life. Another example would be depression, which is a serious mental health condition that requires understanding and treatment and is more severe than just feeling down or sad. Finally, an eating disorder might happen when you become so preoccupied with food and weight issues that you find it difficult to focus on other aspects of your life. Physical health can be defined as a condition of your body, taking into consideration everything from the absence of disease to fitness level. These examples of health issues were taken from the University of Rochester Medical Center website. An example would be physical activity and nutrition, whereas people don't exercise frequently enough or maintain healthy eating habits. Another example would be obesity, which significantly increases your chance of dying from a number of diseases such as hypertension, diabetes, and cancers. Secondly, now that we have gone over both the mental and physical health issues facing society, we can now go over what is the cause of these problems. Many factors can result in these health issues, but one that can be preventable is lack of companionship. In Toward a Social Psychology of Loneliness, which was published in 1981 by Daniel Perlman and Letitia Ann Peplau, it is written, "Loneliness is a subjective, unwelcome feeling of lack or loss of companionship, which happens when there is a mismatch between the quantity and quality of the social relationships that we have and those that we want. This companionship, absence, or loneliness affects both your physical and mental health." The following information was taken from an article posted on the True Sense website, retrieved March 24, 2020. It has been scientifically proven that you are more likely to have depressive symptoms the lonelier you feel. Brain hormones that are associated with stress, like cortisol, become active and can result in depression, based on research performed at the University of Chicago. There are many negative effects loneliness can have on your physical health as well, one of which being insufficient self-care through poor diet and hygiene, and lack of exercise. Studies have shown that adults who feel lonely or isolated tend to choose more unhealthy food options and eat less fruits and vegetables. Lastly, now that we have discussed the issue of physical and mental health in people and how it can be caused by loneliness, we will lastly talk about how companionship may be the answer. Forming a companionship would be the best way to combat the loneliness and all the negatives that come along with it. The actions you should take in order to fix this lack of companionship would be to adopt an animal from a shelter or rescue. There are a number of benefits that come with adopting an animal. According to an article published on the U.S. National Library of Medicine, National Institutes of Health website, several studies have found that owning and or interacting with a pet, mostly a dog, has benefits for the individual, including mental health outcomes such as decreased anxiety and physical health outcomes such as improved immune response and physical activity. With almost everyone having to stay home at the moment due to the spreading of the coronavirus throughout the United States, it is very important that we don't let the fact that we are isolating ourselves affect our mental or physical health. In an article written March 24th, 2020, by Jody Schneider in the Nugget newspaper, she states, "Dogs can help you keep a routine and stay active, which is important to your mental and physical health during these trying times. There's a lot of evidence that daily exercise can also help promote feelings of well-being and boost immunity, so walking your dog is a physical activity that can protect you against symptoms of stress and anxiety." In another article posted on CNN by Ryan Bergeron on March 22nd, 2020, it goes over how a nonprofit dog shelter is helping people cover the costs of owning a dog so they can foster them throughout this coronavirus pandemic to combat the lack of companionship and loneliness they are feeling from being stuck at home. Aaron Stanton, the owner of the nonprofit, believes it will help people by giving them something to do and distract them from everything currently going on. Another benefit of adopting an animal rather than purchasing from a breeder or pet store would be because it costs you less. Typically, when you adopt an animal from a breeder or pet store, none of their vaccinations are included, nor are the costs of spraying or neutering the animal, which all usually are when when adopting. Some even including the price of microchipping. Also, depending on the animal, you may even be able to save money on training and housebreaking expenses if the animal is a little or older or had received prior training. We have examined the problem of mental and physical health issues that a majority of people face every day, along with the cause, which is loneliness, and the solution, which would be to find companionship by way of animal adoption. This problem of mental and physical health will not be an easy one to fight. If we truly want to combat the source of this problem, which is loneliness or lack of companionship, by adopting an animal, we have to be committed and ready to be responsible for something other than ourselves. If you have an animal, has it ever comforted you in a time of need?